So this week we've got the 5th round of matches from the Champions League group stage, and surprisingly we've got all the English teams performing pretty well, with all 5 of them in with a great chance of reaching the knockout stages. The Premier League sides have struggled for years in Europe's elite competition, with no English side even coming close to lifting the trophy, but this year our side seem to have found a new gear, so how likely is it that an English side will win the Champions League? Let's rate each side's chances. First up we've got Manchester United. Currently top of Group A after winning all 4 of their games so far, Mourinho's men haven't been pretty in Europe, but they've certainly been effective and are pretty much guaranteed to finish top of their group, which will certainly help them in the knockout stages, potentially giving them an easier route to the final. The Red Devils missed out on the Champions League last season but were victorious in the Europa League, so their winning mentality could give them a chance of becoming 4-time European champions, especially with Jose Mourinho at the helm, who has won the trophy twice in his career, often putting in tactical masterclasses to help his side move tricky away ties and defy the odds. It might not be the entertaining football that the Man United fans want, but Mourinho's pragmatic approach means they've certainly got a chance in the Champions League, and if Man City continue to dominate the Premier League, it could be Mourinho's best chance of making the season a successful one. We think Manchester United have a 7 out of 10 chance of winning this season's Champions League. Up next it's Chelsea. Antonio Conte's side returned to European competition this season after last season's total absence, and it hasn't been the easiest ride for the Blues so far, having been handed a very tough group alongside Atletico Madrid and Roma. However, the shortcoming of Diego Simeone's side have made it almost a 2-horse race for top spot between Roma and Chelsea, with Conte's men now having to rely on a slip-up from the Italian club after losing in Rome before the international break. With the underlying problems at Chelsea right now, problems that seem to reoccur every few seasons after they taste success, it will probably stop them from going deep into the Champions League, especially if they end up coming second in their group. They've won the Champions League against the odds before, so don't put it past them, but we're not convinced by the Blues' chances, so we're giving Chelsea a 5 out of 10 chance of winning the Champions League. Next up we've got Liverpool. Another team who didn't have any European football last season, Liverpool have had a bright return to the Champions League, with qualification looking likely straight away when the draw was conducted. Sevilla look like the most difficult obstacle for Klopp's men, so it'll be between those two sides as to who finishes top of the group. Liverpool's attacking talent has ripped apart Maribor on 2 occasions to put them in a commanding position, but as always it's the defensive fragilities that will stop Liverpool winning their 6th European crown. Sure, the likes of Mane and Salah can tear apart any defence, as we've seen so far this season, but their soft centre and goalkeeping woes mean they've got a recipe for disaster in the Champions League when they come against the bigger teams. They certainly entertain, but it'd be mad to bet on the Reds to win the whole competition, so we're giving Liverpool a 2 out of 10 chance of winning the Champions League. Up next it's Manchester City. Like Man United, City have won their opening 4 games of the Champions League, but they've done it in such emphatic fashion, including back-to-back victories over Napoli, who look to be a massive banana skin for Pep Guardiola's side, especially with the attacking talent they possess with the likes of Dries Mertens and Lorenzo Insigne. However, City were able to beat them twice and pretty much ensure they'll be finishing top of their group, and this is the first time they've looked like a real European force, having normally struggled in their group against some very tough opposition. Dominating the Premier League and doing the job in Europe, City look like giants this year and certainly have a squad capable of competing on both fronts. Obviously they're yet to come up against the likes of Barcelona and Bayern Munich, but with the way Guardiola's side are playing, you'd fancy their chances. This is Man City's best chance of European success since entering the competition, and we think they've got an 8 out of 10 chance of lifting the Champions League trophy. And finally we've got Tottenham Hotspur. They were handed a group of death alongside champions Real Madrid and top German side Borussia Dortmund, but Pochettino's men have been unfazed, taking 4 points from Real Madrid and beating Dortmund at Wembley to put them into the knockout stages. There's no doubting the talent that Tottenham have, with a young and vibrant side buying into Pochettino's philosophy, but what about their mental toughness? Spurs are still yet to win a trophy despite their current purple patch, and have been seen to crumble when the pressure is on them. That mental toughness is needed if you're going to win the Champions League, which is why it's hard to see the North London club going all the way. Sure, they might get a shock result like they did against Real Madrid, but they're a long way from being Champions League contenders. We're giving Tottenham a 4 out of 10 chance of winning this season's Champions League. So we've rated every Premier League club's chances of winning this season's Champions League, now it's your turn. Let us know who you think will win it in the comments below, and which English club will go the furthest. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, share and subscribe.